Have you ever asked yourself, what if I could turn heartbreak into my greatest comeback? Many of us carry the weight of loss, feeling stuck and powerless after someone we cared about chose to walk away. It's easy to believe that their absence diminishes our worth, that we're somehow less without them. But what if everything you've believed about this moment of pain is wrong? Here's the truth. You have the power not just to survive this, but to thrive beyond it. Loss doesn't define you, it liberates you. It's the perfect opportunity to step into a version of yourself that even you didn't realize existed. Imagine a life where their absence is the backdrop against which your greatest transformation unfolds. Does that sound impossible? It's not. And today we'll walk through 10 powerful rules grounded in personal growth, confidence, and yes, a touch of stoicism, to make them realize just how big of a mistake they made by letting you go. Each of these rules is like a puzzle piece. Alone, they're valuable, but together, they create a life so radiant, so strong, that their regret will be inevitable. Are you ready to unlock these secrets and take back control? Good. Let's start with Rule 1. Focus on your growth. 1. Focus on your growth. How often do we look outward for validation? In the aftermath of loss, it's tempting to measure our worth through someone else's gaze. But let me ask you this. Who were you before they came into your life? More importantly, who are you capable of becoming without their influence? Focusing on your growth means shifting the spotlight inward. It's not about proving them wrong. It's about proving to yourself what you're truly capable of. Growth isn't just a buzzword. It's the quiet, consistent process of transformation. Start with this question. What areas of my life have I neglected? Perhaps you've put off pursuing a hobby, mastering a skill, or leveling up in your career because you were too focused on the relationship. Now is the time to reclaim those ambitions. Sign up for that class you've been eyeing, challenge yourself to break through professional plateaus, or dedicate an hour each day to a passion project that excites you. But growth isn't just external. The most profound transformations happen within. Have you explored the depths of your emotional intelligence? Have you strengthened your mental resilience? Stoicism, the ancient philosophy of enduring life's challenges with grace, teaches us that growth comes not from avoiding hardship, but from facing it head-on. Marcus Aurelius once said, "What stands in the way becomes the way." What obstacles in your path could be turned into opportunities for development? Ask yourself, what do I want my life to look like a year from now? 5 years from now? Write it down. Create a vision for your future that excites you. Growth begins with clarity, and when you're laser focused on building a life you love, you'll exude a kind of energy that's magnetic. But let's not sugarcoat it. Growth is hard. There will be days when you'll want to give up, when the pain of their absence feels overwhelming. This is where stoicism becomes your ally. Instead of wishing things were easier, embrace the challenge. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. And here's the irony. When you're so focused on your growth, you'll stop thinking about them as much. Their regret will no longer be your goal. It'll just be a byproduct of the incredible person you're becoming. Imagine their surprise when they realize the version of you they left behind was just the starting point. Growth is the foundation upon which every other rule is built. It's the promise you make to yourself to keep striving, to keep evolving, no matter who stays or who goes. So ask yourself, what will I do today that my future self will thank me for? Let this be the day you stop waiting for someone else to notice your worth. Instead, take that energy and pour it into yourself. Watch what happens when the world begins to reflect the strength, beauty, and resilience you've cultivated within. 2. Build unshakable confidence. How many times have you doubted your own worth after a relationship ended? It's one of the most common reactions, this creeping self-doubt that makes us question whether we're enough. But let me ask you this, who gets to decide your value? Is it someone who left you, or is it you? Confidence isn't just about appearing strong on the surface. It's about knowing, deep within, that you are whole, capable, and worthy, regardless of anyone else's opinion. Confidence starts with how you see yourself, and the great thing about this is that it's entirely within your control. Let's break this down. What do you see when you look in the mirror? Do you see someone who's thriving or someone who's merely surviving? Confidence begins with how you carry yourself. Start small. Stand a little taller, walk with purpose, and speak with conviction. It might feel awkward at first, but these simple changes in posture and tone can have a profound impact not only on how others perceive you, but on how you perceive yourself. Here's the thing. Confidence is not arrogance. It's not about shouting from the rooftops about how amazing you are. It's about embodying self-assurance in everything you do. It's the quiet certainty that you're enough, just as you are. Think of the people you admire most. Are they the loudest ones in the room, or are they the ones who radiate a calm, unshakable sense of self? Ask yourself, what makes me feel confident? For some, it might be nailing a presentation at work. For others, it could be running a mile, playing an instrument, or completing a challenging task. Whatever it is, start doing more of it. Confidence isn't something you wake up with one day. It's built through action, by proving to yourself that you're capable. Another powerful way to cultivate confidence is through gratitude. Yes, gratitude. When you focus on what you have, rather than what you lack, you shift your perspective. Gratitude reminds you of your strengths and the good in your life, even when things feel difficult. What are 3 things you're grateful for today? Write them down. Let them serve as daily affirmations of your inherent value. But let's talk about the deeper layer of confidence, the kind that Stoicism teaches us to build. Stoicism reminds us that confidence isn't about controlling external events, like whether someone regrets losing you. It's about mastering your internal world. Marcus Aurelius famously wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Think about that. True confidence comes from within. It's knowing that no matter what life throws at you, you have the tools to handle it. You can't control what others think or do, but you can control how you respond. When you embrace this mindset, you become unshakable. Let's try a mental exercise together. Picture the version of yourself who is completely confident. How do they dress? How do they speak? What decisions do they make? Visualize this version of you clearly, then start acting as if you're already that person. This isn't about faking it. It's about aligning your actions with the person you aspire to become. Over time, the gap between who you are and who you want to be will close. Now, I know confidence can feel fragile at times. Maybe you have days when you feel like you're faking it, like the confidence isn't real. That's normal. Confidence isn't a straight line, it's a journey. Be kind to yourself along the way. Remember, even the most confident people you know have moments of doubt. The difference is that they don't let those moments define them. Here's where I need your help. If this video is resonating with you so far, take a second to like this video and comment now below if you're ready to start building unshakable confidence. Your support not only helps the channel, but it also shows me that you're serious about transforming your life. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button and join our growing community of like-minded individuals focused on growth, empowerment, and mastering the art of Stoic relationships. So, let's recap. Confidence is built through small, consistent actions. It's about shifting your focus inward and taking control of your inner dialogue. When you stop looking to others for validation and start proving your worth to yourself, you'll begin to radiate a quiet power that speaks volumes. And here's the best part. When you truly embrace your confidence, you stop worrying about whether they regret losing you. You realize it doesn't matter. What matters is that you're proud of the person you're becoming. Ironically, it's this detachment, the very thing Stoicism emphasizes, that makes you even more magnetic. Imagine running into them a year from now. They see you smiling, thriving, living your best life. Your confidence is undeniable. And in that moment, you won't need their regret to validate you. You'll already know deep down that you're better off, and they'll see it too. Let me leave you with this thought. Confidence isn't a destination. It's a practice. Every day you have the opportunity to choose confidence. So what will you do today to take that first step? If you're ready to dive deeper into the next step of this journey, stick around. We've got a lot more to cover, and trust me, you won't want to miss it. 3. Embrace your independence. Independence is one of the most powerful statements you can make after someone walks out of your life. It's not just about living without their presence. It's about thriving in your autonomy and reclaiming the freedom to chart your own course. But what does independence really mean, and how do you truly embrace it in a way that transforms your life? Let's start here. Have you ever mistaken companionship for completion? It's a common trap. When we're in a relationship, it's easy to tether our sense of purpose and identity to someone else. Their presence becomes a crutch, and when they leave, we feel unsteady, unsure of how to stand on our own. But this is where independence begins, not as a punishment, but as a gift. Independence is about self-reliance. It's about taking charge of your happiness, your goals, and your day-to-day life without depending on someone else to provide direction. Ask yourself, what parts of my life have I neglected because I was too focused on them? Perhaps it's been a career path, a creative pursuit, or even something as simple as taking time for yourself. Now is the time to revisit those parts of you. But independence isn't just about doing things alone. It's about learning to enjoy your own company. Can you sit in silence without reaching for distractions? Can you spend an afternoon doing something you love without needing someone else's approval? This is harder than it sounds, especially in a world where being alone is often equated with loneliness. But they're not the same thing. Loneliness is the absence of connection, while independence is the presence of self-awareness and self-love. A key part of embracing independence is reclaiming your routine. Relationships often shape how we spend our time. Maybe you planned your days around their schedule or neglected activities that didn't include them. Now is the time to design a life that revolves around you. Create a morning routine that energizes you. Set goals that excite you. Fill your days with activities that align with your passions and values. But let's not gloss over the discomfort. Independence requires confronting the fear of being alone. This is where Stoicism offers powerful guidance. The Stoics teach us that fear often stems from our perception of loss rather than the reality of it. Epictetus once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Ask yourself, what am I truly afraid of when I'm alone? Is it the silence, the lack of validation, or something else entirely? Once you identify the source, you can begin to address it. Another aspect of independence is financial freedom. Money isn't just about paying bills. It's about creating opportunities and choices. If you've relied on someone else financially, now is the time to reassess your relationship with money. Build a budget, learn a new skill, or take steps toward a career move that empowers you. Financial independence strengthens your overall autonomy, giving you the confidence to stand tall, no matter who's in your life. Here's a question to reflect on. What would my life look like if I designed it with no one else in mind? This doesn't mean you won't eventually share your life with others, but it does mean creating a foundation that is solely yours. Independence doesn't shut people out, it invites the right ones in. When you're secure in yourself, you naturally attract others who respect and value that security. Let's talk about relationships for a moment. Embracing independence doesn't mean rejecting connection. It means redefining it. It's about seeking relationships where two independent individuals come together to complement each other, not complete each other. The best partnerships are built on a foundation of mutual respect, not dependency. As you strengthen your independence, you'll begin to see the difference between relationships that uplift you and those that weigh you down. Independence also means letting go of the need to prove yourself to others, including the person who left. You don't need their acknowledgement or their regret to validate your choices. True independence is when you live for yourself, not for someone else's opinion. Think about it. How much energy have you spent trying to prove your worth to others? What could you accomplish if you redirected that energy toward building a life you love? One of the most liberating aspects of independence is realizing that you are enough. You don't need someone else to fill a void because there is no void to fill. You are whole, capable, and deserving of a fulfilling life, with or without someone by your side. This realization is the cornerstone of Stoic relationships, where you bring your whole self to the table, rather than expecting someone else to complete you. As you embrace independence, you'll notice a shift, not just in yourself, but in how others perceive you. Independence is magnetic. People are drawn to those who stand confidently on their own, who are self-assured and purposeful. Ironically, the more independent you become, the more they'll realize what they lost when they let you go. But remember, independence is not a destination, it's a practice. It's a daily commitment to choose yourself, to prioritize your well-being, and to keep moving forward no matter what life throws at you. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. As you take this step, ask yourself, what does independence mean to me? How will I cultivate it in my daily life? The answers might surprise you. Independence isn't about shutting people out or proving a point. It's about becoming so grounded in your own life that the presence or absence of others doesn't shake your foundation. By embracing independence, you're not just making them regret losing you, you're ensuring that you'll never regret losing yourself. Isn't that the ultimate goal? 4. Enhance your physical and mental health. How often do we underestimate the power of taking care of ourselves? When someone leaves, it's tempting to wallow in sadness, neglecting both our bodies and minds. But let me ask you this. What if this moment is the perfect opportunity to rebuild yourself stronger and healthier than ever before? Enhancing your physical and mental health isn't just about appearances or temporary fixes. It's about creating a foundation of resilience and strength that carries you forward in life. Taking care of your well-being sends a powerful message, not just to them, but to yourself. I am worth the effort. Let's start with the physical. When was the last time you truly prioritized your health? If you're like most people, it's easy to push fitness to the side when life gets busy. But now is the perfect time to change that. Movement is a form of self-respect. Whether it's running, yoga, weightlifting, or even dancing in your living room, physical activity does more than just improve your body. It transforms your mind. Exercise releases endorphins, those feel-good chemicals that boost your mood and reduce stress. Have you noticed how a brisk walk can clear your head or how a good workout makes you feel accomplished? That's because your body and mind are deeply connected. By taking care of one, you naturally uplift the other. But don't fall into the trap of overdoing it to impress others. Your fitness journey is for you, not for anyone else. Ask yourself, what kind of movement do I genuinely enjoy? The goal isn't to punish yourself, but to nurture your body in ways that feel good and sustainable. Over time, you'll notice not only physical changes, but also a growing sense of confidence and strength. Next, let's talk about nutrition. Food is fuel, but it's also comfort. After a breakup, many people turn to emotional eating, either consuming too much or losing their appetite altogether. Instead of using food as a coping mechanism, use it as a tool to rebuild yourself. Focus on nourishing your body with wholesome, balanced meals. Experiment with cooking healthy dishes or trying new recipes. It's a creative and empowering way to reclaim control over your well-being. Now, let's shift to mental health. Your mind is your greatest asset, but it's also your most vulnerable during times of loss. Have you noticed how your thoughts spiral when you're upset? Maybe you replay old conversations, overanalyze their actions, or sink into self-doubt. But what if you could redirect that energy? Start by embracing mindfulness. Being present in the moment is one of the most powerful ways to calm your mind and focus on what truly matters. Meditation, deep breathing exercises, or even a simple practice like journaling can help you process your emotions without letting them overwhelm you. When you feel your thoughts spiraling, pause and ask yourself, what's within my control right now? This small shift in perspective, a key principle of Stoicism, can make a world of difference. Another critical aspect of mental health is self-compassion. We're often our own harshest critics, especially after a loss. But let me ask you, would you speak to a friend the way you speak to yourself? Probably not. So why not extend that same kindness inward? Practice forgiving yourself for any perceived mistakes and remind yourself that growth comes from facing challenges, not avoiding them. Social connection also plays a vital role in mental health. Surround yourself with people who uplift and support you. It's easy to isolate when you're hurting, but leaning on a trusted friend or family member can provide the perspective and encouragement you need. If necessary, seek professional support. Therapy or counseling is a powerful tool for navigating complex emotions and building resilience. The final piece of this puzzle is rest. Both your body and mind need time to recover, especially during periods of stress. Are you giving yourself permission to slow down? Prioritize quality sleep, take breaks when needed. And remember that rest isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Here's the magic of enhancing your physical and mental health. It's a holistic process. When you take care of your body, your mind benefits. And when you nurture your mind, your body follows suit. This harmony creates a ripple effect that touches every aspect of your life. You'll find yourself thinking clearer, feeling stronger, and approaching challenges with renewed energy. And here's the thing, when you prioritize your health, others notice. They'll see the glow in your skin, the confidence in your posture, and the clarity in your thoughts. It's not about making them regret losing you, it's about becoming the best version of yourself. But yes, their regret will likely be inevitable as they see the incredible transformation you've undergone. Now, I want to hear from you. If this message resonates, take a moment to like this video and comment number 1 below. Your engagement shows me that you're serious about stepping into this new chapter of your life, and it helps us spread these messages of growth and empowerment to more people. And if you're ready for more content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. By joining our community, you'll gain access to more insights on personal growth, stoic relationships, and how to navigate life's challenges with strength and clarity. So let's recap. Enhancing your physical and mental health isn't just a step, it's a transformation. It's about showing up for yourself every single day, even when it's hard. It's about choosing movement over stagnation, nourishment over indulgence, and mindfulness over chaos. And most importantly, it's about proving to yourself that you're worth the effort. Imagine yourself a year from now healthier, stronger, and more grounded than ever. How will it feel to know you took control of your well-being, no matter who stayed or left? That future is yours to create starting today. Stay tuned for the next step in this transformative journey. You won't want to miss it. Let me know if you're ready to dive into Rule 5. 5. Set clear boundaries. Boundaries are the invisible lines that protect your peace, define your priorities, and shape how others treat you. Yet they're often overlooked, especially in relationships. Let me ask you this. Have you ever felt taken advantage of or like your needs were secondary? If the answer is yes, chances are you didn't have strong boundaries in place. Setting clear boundaries is an act of self-respect. It's about acknowledging your worth and making it clear to others, through actions, not just words, what you will and won't tolerate. Boundaries are not about shutting people out, they're about creating space for the right people to come in. To begin, you need to identify where your boundaries have been weak. Reflect on past situations where you felt drained, disrespected, or overextended. Ask yourself, what behavior did I accept that I should have rejected? What did I prioritize that left me feeling empty? These reflections will help you pinpoint where stronger boundaries are needed. Once you've identified your boundaries, the next step is communicating them clearly. This isn't about being aggressive or confrontational. It's about being assertive and honest. For example, if you felt overwhelmed by someone's constant demands, you might say, I value our relationship, but I need to set aside time for myself. I hope you can understand. The key is to express your needs in a way that prioritizes your well-being without placing blame. But what happens when someone tests or crosses your boundaries? This is where many people struggle. They fear being seen as difficult or unkind. But let me ask you this. What's kinder, to let resentment build because you're afraid to say no, or to set a boundary that protects your peace and ultimately strengthens the relationship? The latter is always the healthier choice. Boundaries are not just about what you say, they're about what you enforce. If someone consistently ignores your limits, it's a sign they don't respect you. And here's the hard truth. You can't make someone respect your boundaries, but you can decide how you respond. Distance yourself from those who refuse to honor your needs and don't feel guilty about it. Your peace of mind is non-negotiable. Now let's address the fear of losing people when you set boundaries. It's natural to worry that saying no or standing your ground might push others away. But let me flip the script. Do you want relationships that thrive on your discomfort or ones that flourish because of mutual respect? The people who truly value you will respect your boundaries, even if it takes some adjustment. The ones who don't, they were never truly invested in your well-being. Boundaries are not just about others, they're also about you. How often do you let your own self-imposed expectations cross the boundaries of your well-being? For instance, do you overwork yourself, neglect your health, or criticize yourself harshly? Setting boundaries with yourself is just as important as setting them with others. Be mindful of your inner dialogue and habits. Ask yourself, am I honoring my own limits, or am I constantly pushing past them? One of the most profound aspects of setting boundaries is the freedom it brings. When you create space for your needs, you reclaim control over your life. You stop reacting to everyone else's expectations and start living intentionally. This aligns beautifully with Stoicism, which emphasizes focusing on what's within your control. Setting boundaries is the ultimate act of taking control. It's a way of saying, this is my life, and I choose how I live it. Boundaries also pave the way for healthier relationships. When you're clear about your limits, you set the stage for open communication and mutual respect. People know where they stand with you, and you no longer have to guess what's acceptable or not. This clarity reduces misunderstandings and fosters deeper connections built on trust. Think about the relationships in your life. Are there areas where boundaries are unclear or non-existent? How might setting boundaries improve those dynamics? For example, if a friend always expects you to be available at the expense of your own needs, setting a boundary might look like saying, I care about you, but I also need time for myself. Let's plan ahead so we can both enjoy our time together. This isn't selfish, it's healthy. Boundaries are also a reflection of your priorities. They force you to ask hard questions. What truly matters to me? Where do I want to invest my time and energy? By answering these questions, you gain clarity about the life you want to build. And when your boundaries align with your values, they become easier to uphold. The beauty of boundaries is that they grow with you. As you evolve, your needs will change, and so will your limits. But don't be afraid to reassess and adjust your boundaries over time. This adaptability is a sign of growth, not inconsistency. Just as you wouldn't wear the same shoes forever, you shouldn't cling to boundaries that no longer serve you. Here's the truth. Setting boundaries isn't always easy. It takes courage to say no, to speak up, and to enforce your limits. But every time you do, you're reinforcing your sense of self-worth. You're teaching yourself and others that you value your peace, your energy, and your happiness. Imagine living a life where your boundaries are clear, your priorities are respected, and your relationships are rooted in mutual understanding. How much lighter would you feel? How much more space would you have for joy, growth, and connection? That's the power of boundaries. They don't just protect you, they liberate you. So, take a moment to reflect. What boundaries do I need to set in my life right now? How will I communicate and uphold them? These questions are your starting point. And remember, every time you set a boundary, you're taking a step toward the life you deserve. A life where your peace is protected, your priorities are honored, and your relationships are stronger than ever. Boundaries are not walls, they are bridges to a better version of you. It's time to build them. 6. Exude positivity and charisma. When was the last time someone walked into a room and their energy shifted everything? They didn't have to say much, their presence alone made people feel lighter, happier, and more drawn to them. That's the power of positivity and charisma. It's magnetic, and it's a skill you can cultivate. But let me ask you this. Do you believe you have that kind of energy? Many of us underestimate our ability to influence the atmosphere around us. Yet positivity and charisma aren't traits you're simply born with. They're choices you make every day. And the best part, when you exude this energy, you become unforgettable to those who doubted you. Let's start with positivity. Being positive doesn't mean ignoring life's challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing how you respond to those challenges. Do you focus on what's wrong, or do you look for the opportunities hidden within the difficulties? Positivity starts with gratitude. Every day, take a moment to reflect on what you're thankful for. It could be as simple as the warmth of your morning coffee, or as profound as the support of a close friend. Gratitude rewires your brain to focus on abundance rather than lack. And when you carry that mindset into your interactions, people feel it. They're drawn to your optimism because it inspires hope and strength. But positivity isn't just about what's in your head, it's also about your body language. Think about how you hold yourself. Do you walk into a room with your shoulders back and your head high, or do you shrink into the background? Your posture, facial expressions, and even your tone of voice all convey your energy. When you smile genuinely, make eye contact, and speak with warmth, you create a connection that people can't ignore. Now, let's talk about charisma. Charisma isn't about being loud or the center of attention. It's about making others feel seen, heard, and valued. Ask yourself, how often do I truly listen when someone speaks? Charismatic people listen more than they talk. They're fully present in conversations, asking thoughtful questions and showing genuine interest. When you make others feel important, they remember you. And here's the irony. By focusing less on yourself and more on others, you naturally become more charismatic. It's not about trying to impress people, it's about connecting with them. Another key to charisma is storytelling. Everyone loves a good story, whether it's a funny anecdote, a heartfelt lesson, or an inspiring triumph. Stories create emotion, and emotion creates connection. Don't be afraid to share your experiences, especially the ones that shaped you. Vulnerability, when shared with confidence, is incredibly magnetic. And let's not forget humor. Laughter is one of the quickest ways to connect with people. You don't have to be a stand-up comedian, but finding joy in life's quirks and sharing that joy with others makes you unforgettable. Humor lightens the mood, eases tension, and shows that you don't take yourself too seriously, a trait that's endlessly attractive. But positivity and charisma are not about perfection. There will be days when you don't feel like smiling or engaging, and that's okay. What matters is consistency. The more you practice these habits, the more natural they'll become. And when you radiate positivity and charisma, you not only transform how others see you, but also how you see yourself. Imagine running into someone who underestimated you. They see your energy, your smile, the way you light up a room, and they realize they were wrong to let you go. Your transformation isn't about proving anything to them. It's about becoming someone you're proud of. Now, here's where I need your help. If you're finding value in this video and you're ready to cultivate positivity and charisma in your life, take a moment to like this video and comment number 1 below. Your engagement helps this community grow, and it shows me that you're serious about this journey of self-transformation. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. By subscribing, you'll stay connected to a community that's focused on personal growth, empowerment, and mastering Stoic relationships. Together, we can continue exploring ways to turn challenges into opportunities and create a life filled with meaning and connection. Let's recap. Positivity and charisma aren't about being someone you're not. They're about amplifying the best parts of who you already are. It's about choosing gratitude, embracing connection, and creating a presence that inspires others. Every day, you have the opportunity to bring light into the world. So what choice will you make today? How will you carry yourself, connect with others, and share your story? The answers to these questions will shape not only how others see you, but also how you see yourself. Stay tuned for the next step in this transformative journey. There's so much more to uncover, and I promise you won't want to miss it. 7. Surround yourself with supportive people. Who do you allow into your life? It's a simple question, but its answer holds the key to so much of your happiness and growth. The people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on your mindset, your energy, and the trajectory of your life. So, let me ask you this. Are the people in your life uplifting you or holding you back? After a loss, it's natural to feel isolated, as if you're navigating the world alone. But this is the perfect moment to reassess your relationships and intentionally build a network of supportive individuals who encourage your growth and well-being. This isn't about quantity, it's about quality. Even a few genuinely supportive people can make all the difference. Start by reflecting on your current relationships. Ask yourself, do I feel energized or drained after spending time with this person? Pay attention to your emotions and physical state after interactions. Supportive people leave you feeling heard, valued, and inspired, while toxic relationships often leave you exhausted, anxious, or doubting yourself. Once you identify who lifts you up and who drags you down, the next step is creating boundaries, which we discussed earlier. But here we go further. It's not just about limiting the influence of negative people. It's about actively seeking out those who align with your values and vision. But how do you find these supportive individuals? Start by looking at the spaces you already inhabit, your workplace, hobbies, or community activities. Are there people who share your interests and approach life with positivity and integrity? If so, take the initiative to deepen those connections. Ask a coworker to grab coffee or join a local club where you can meet like-minded individuals. Building relationships takes effort, but the rewards are worth it. And remember, supportive people don't always look or think like you. In fact, diversity in your relationships often leads to the most growth. Seek out individuals who challenge your perspective in healthy ways, those who push you to see the world differently while still respecting your core values. These relationships expand your understanding of yourself and others, fostering mutual growth. Now, let's talk about vulnerability. One of the biggest barriers to forming deep, supportive connections is the fear of being vulnerable. It's tempting to keep people at arm's length, especially after experiencing loss or rejection. But ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen if I let someone in? Vulnerability is not weakness, it's the foundation of true connection. When you open up to others, you give them permission to do the same. This creates a safe space where both parties can share, grow, and support each other authentically. Of course, vulnerability doesn't mean sharing your deepest secrets with everyone. It means being honest about who you are and what you value with those who have earned your trust. Supportive relationships are also reciprocal. It's not just about finding people who lift you up, it's about being someone who lifts others up too. Ask yourself, am I the kind of friend I want to have? Small acts of kindness, consistent encouragement, and being present when someone needs you go a long way in fostering meaningful connections. But what if you feel like you're starting from scratch? Maybe you've outgrown old friendships or realized your current circle isn't serving you. This can feel daunting, but it's also a chance to build something better. Remember, forming new connections takes time, patience, and persistence. Focus on quality over quantity, and trust that the right people will come into your life when you're aligned with your values and intentions. This brings us to the role of Stoicism in relationships. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what's within our control, and this includes how we approach our connections. You can't control how others behave or whether they reciprocate your efforts, but you can control how you show up. Cultivate qualities like patience, empathy, and resilience in yourself, and you'll naturally attract people who share those traits. It's also important to let go of the need for validation from unsupportive people. Have you ever bent over backward to please someone who didn't appreciate you? Stoicism reminds us that seeking approval from others often leads to frustration. Instead, focus on living in alignment with your values. When you surround yourself with supportive people, you'll find that external validation becomes far less important. Supportive relationships are the antidote to loneliness and the fuel for growth. They remind you that you're not alone, even in your toughest moments. They challenge you to be better while accepting you as you are. And perhaps most importantly, they provide a sense of belonging, a feeling that no matter what happens, you have a team in your corner. So, take a moment to reflect on your current circle. Who brings out the best in you? Who drains your energy? Commit to nurturing the relationships that uplift you and releasing those that weigh you down. And don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone to form new connections. Your support system isn't static, it's something you can shape intentionally over time. Imagine the power of surrounding yourself with people who believe in you, who inspire you to dream bigger and live fuller. Picture the strength of knowing you have a network of individuals who celebrate your wins and stand by you in your struggles. That's what supportive relationships offer, and it's something you can start building today. Because when you're surrounded by people who lift you up, you become unstoppable. And those who once doubted you, they'll see your strength reflected in the company you keep, and they'll realize what they lost. Date. Don't seek revenge, seek fulfillment. Revenge. It's a word that often whispers in the back of our minds after someone has hurt us. If only they could feel the pain they caused me, we think. But let me ask you this. What does revenge truly give you? Does it heal your wounds, or does it keep them open, tethering you to the very person you're trying to move past? The truth is, revenge offers nothing but fleeting satisfaction. It traps you in a cycle of bitterness and pettiness, chaining your happiness to someone else's regret. But fulfillment, that's something entirely different. Fulfillment is lasting, authentic, and deeply personal. It's about creating a life so meaningful and joyful that their regret becomes irrelevant. And here's the best part. When you pursue fulfillment, you win, not because of them, but because of you. So how do you shift your focus from revenge to fulfillment? Start by asking yourself, what truly matters to me? Fulfillment is about aligning your life with your core values and passions. Maybe it's building a career that excites you, nurturing your creativity, or spending time with people who bring out the best in you. Whatever it is, it's yours to define. Next, let go of the energy you're wasting on resentment. When you dwell on what someone did to you, you're giving them control over your thoughts and emotions. Think about that. Do you really want them to have that kind of power? Instead, redirect that energy toward your goals. Every time you catch yourself obsessing over their actions, pause and ask, how can I use this moment to move closer to the life I want? This shift in mindset is at the heart of Stoicism. The Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control: our actions, our thoughts, and our responses. You can't control whether they regret losing you, but you can control how you grow from the experience. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. In other words, the best way to rise above the pain is to live with purpose and integrity. Fulfillment also comes from embracing new opportunities. After a loss, it's easy to retreat into your comfort zone, but this is the time to expand your horizons. Take up a new hobby, travel to a place you've always wanted to visit, or challenge yourself to step outside your routine. These experiences not only bring joy, but also remind you that life is full of possibilities beyond one person or one relationship. Now, let's talk about self-love. Fulfillment starts with the relationship you have with yourself. How often do you prioritize your needs and celebrate your accomplishments? If you're constantly seeking validation from others, you'll never feel truly fulfilled. Start by showing up for yourself, whether it's through daily affirmations, acts of self-care, or simply being kind to yourself on hard days. As you pursue fulfillment, you'll notice something remarkable. You stop caring about their regret. You become so focused on your own happiness and growth that their opinion fades into the background. And ironically, this is often when regret sets in for them, not because you sought it, but because your transformation speaks louder than any revenge ever could. Imagine running into them years from now. You're glowing with confidence, living a life filled with passion and purpose. They see your joy, your strength, your growth, and they realize they were never the reason for your happiness. That's the power of fulfillment. If this idea resonates with you, I'd love your support. Take a moment to like this video and comment number 1 below to show that you're choosing fulfillment over revenge. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button to join our community of individuals dedicated to personal growth, empowerment, and mastering Stoic relationships. Fulfillment is the antidote to pain. It's not about proving anything to anyone. It's about becoming someone you're proud of. So let me ask you, what will you do today to move closer to a fulfilling life? The answer is yours, and the journey starts now. Stay tuned for the next step, where we'll dive even deeper into this transformational process. There's more to come, and I promise it only gets better from here. 9. Celebrate your achievements. How often do you take a moment to truly celebrate yourself, not in a fleeting, half-hearted way, but with genuine pride in what you've accomplished? If your answer is not often, you're not alone. Many of us downplay our successes, either out of modesty or because we're too focused on what's next. But let me ask you this. How can you build a fulfilling life if you don't acknowledge the milestones along the way? Celebrating your achievements is a powerful act of self-recognition. It's about saying to yourself, I've worked hard for this, and I deserve to feel proud. It's not arrogance, it's self-respect. And when you celebrate your progress, you reinforce the mindset that you're capable of overcoming challenges and achieving your goals. Start by reflecting on what you've accomplished recently. It doesn't have to be a monumental achievement. Even small wins deserve recognition. Did you complete a project at work? Start a new habit? Overcome a fear? Every step forward matters. Write these moments down and revisit them when you're feeling stuck or discouraged. Seeing a record of your progress is a tangible reminder of your resilience and determination. Celebrating your achievements isn't just about looking back. It's also about sharing your successes. But here's the key. Share them with the right people. Supportive friends and family will celebrate with you, cheering you on without jealousy or judgment. These are the people who genuinely want to see you thrive, and their encouragement can amplify your sense of pride. However, not everyone in your life may respond positively to your success, and that's okay. Not everyone is in the same season of growth, and some may struggle to celebrate others when they're facing their own challenges. This is where Stoicism offers perspective. The Stoics remind us to focus on what we can control, our actions and our mindset, rather than seeking approval from others. Celebrate for yourself, not for validation. But celebration isn't only about recognition, it's also about gratitude. When you acknowledge your achievements, take a moment to appreciate the effort, the lessons, and even the struggles that brought you here. Gratitude transforms celebration from a fleeting moment into a meaningful practice. It shifts your focus from what you lack to what you've gained, fostering a mindset of abundance and joy. Another powerful way to celebrate your achievements is by rewarding yourself. This doesn't have to mean splurging on something extravagant, though it can, if that feels right. It could be as simple as taking a day off to relax, treating yourself to a favorite meal, or spending time doing something you love. Rewards create positive reinforcement, motivating you to keep striving for more. Celebration also has a social component. When you share your achievements with others, you create a ripple effect of positivity. Your success can inspire those around you, showing them what's possible with dedication and effort. But again, choose your audience wisely. Share with those who will uplift you, not those who might diminish your joy. Now, let's talk about long-term achievements. Sometimes we get so focused on the big picture, those distant goals that seem out of reach, that we forget to acknowledge the progress we've made along the way. Break those large goals into smaller milestones and celebrate each one. This keeps you motivated and reminds you that success isn't a single moment, it's a series of steps. Celebrating your achievements also strengthens your relationship with yourself. It builds confidence and self-esteem, reminding you of your capabilities. And as you grow in self-assurance, you naturally exude a sense of pride and positivity that others can't help but notice. Imagine running into someone who doubted you. They see how far you've come, not just in what you've achieved, but in how you carry yourself. Your pride isn't boastful, it's quiet and unwavering, a testament to your journey. That kind of confidence is magnetic, and it often makes those who underestimated you rethink their choices. But here's the most important part of celebrating your achievements. It's not about comparing yourself to others. Your journey is uniquely yours, and what counts as a win for you may look different for someone else. Avoid the trap of measuring your success against others' timelines or standards. Instead, focus on what matters to you. Ask yourself, what does success look like for me? How will I know when I've achieved it? These answers are yours to define, and they should guide how you celebrate. One of the most transformative aspects of celebration is that it creates momentum. When you take time to recognize your progress, you feel energized to tackle what's next. Celebration isn't the end of the journey. It's fuel for the road ahead. It's a reminder that you're capable, resilient, and moving in the right direction. And let's not forget the role of reflection in celebration. After acknowledging your achievements, take a moment to consider what you've learned along the way. What challenges did you overcome? What skills did you develop? Reflection turns success into growth, helping you carry those lessons into future endeavors. As you move forward, make celebration a regular part of your life. It's not something you do only when you achieve something monumental. It's a practice of gratitude and self-recognition that keeps you grounded and motivated. Even in difficult times, there's always something to celebrate, even if it's just the fact that you're still standing. So take a moment today to celebrate yourself. Reflect on your wins, big and small, and give yourself the credit you deserve. Because when you recognize your progress, you reinforce the belief that you're capable of achieving even more. And as you continue to grow, those who doubted you will see your strength and resilience, and they'll know they underestimated you. Celebration isn't just about the past, it's about building a future filled with confidence, pride, and fulfillment. So what will you celebrate today? The answer is yours to discover, and the journey is yours to continue. 10. Keep moving forward. Life doesn't stop for anyone, and neither should you. No matter how deep the pain of loss, or how strong the temptation to look back, the greatest gift you can give yourself is to keep moving forward. But let me ask you this. Are you moving toward a future you're excited about, or are you letting the past hold you back? Moving forward doesn't mean forgetting what happened or pretending it didn't hurt. It means choosing not to let it define you. It means waking up every day and saying, I have a life to build, dreams to chase, and goals to achieve. Let's start by addressing the weight of looking back. Have you ever found yourself replaying old conversations, wondering what you could have done differently? It's a natural response, but one that traps you in a cycle of regret and self-blame. Moving forward requires shifting your focus from what if to what's next. Ask yourself, what do I want my life to look like a year from now? What steps can I take today to start creating that future? This is where Stoicism offers powerful guidance. The Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control, our actions, our thoughts, and our perspective. You can't control the past or how someone feels about you now, but you can control how you choose to respond. As Marcus Aurelius said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. The challenges you face today can become the foundation of your growth if you choose to see them that way. To move forward, you need a vision. What excites you? What inspires you? It doesn't have to be grand or life-changing. It just has to be something that sparks your curiosity and gives you a reason to keep going. Maybe it's learning a new skill, traveling to a place you've always wanted to visit, or taking the next step in your career. Whatever it is, let it be your compass. As you move forward, surround yourself with reminders of your progress. Create a vision board, set weekly goals, or keep a journal to track your achievements. These small actions keep you focused on the future rather than the past. They remind you that even on tough days, you're still moving in the right direction. But let's not ignore the inevitable setbacks. Moving forward doesn't mean the road will be smooth. There will be moments when doubt creeps in, when the weight of the past feels overwhelming. When that happens, remember this. Progress isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. Every step, no matter how small, is a victory. Celebrate your resilience, even on the days when moving forward feels hard. Another key to moving forward is letting go of the need for validation. Have you ever caught yourself hoping they'll regret losing you? It's a natural feeling, but it keeps you tethered to their opinion. True freedom comes when you realize you don't need their regret to validate your worth. Your growth, happiness, and success are enough on their own. Moving forward also means embracing the unknown. The future can feel uncertain, but that's where possibility lies. Instead of fearing what's ahead, approach it with curiosity. Ask yourself, what opportunities might this new chapter bring? How can I turn uncertainty into adventure? When you shift your mindset from fear to excitement, the future becomes a canvas for growth and discovery. Let's not forget the power of community. Surround yourself with people who inspire you to keep going. Share your goals and dreams with those who support your journey. And if this message resonates with you, take a moment to like this video and comment number 1 below to show that you're committed to moving forward. Your engagement not only helps us grow this community, but also signals that you're ready to take control of your future. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button to join us on this journey of personal growth and transformation. Together, we're building a space where resilience, empowerment, and stoic relationships take center stage. This is a community of people who are dedicated to becoming the best versions of themselves, and we'd love to have you with us. As you move forward, remember that it's not about how fast you go, it's about continuing to take steps, no matter how small. Imagine yourself a year from now. Picture the confidence, the achievements, and the strength you'll have gained by choosing to keep moving forward. That vision is within your reach, and it starts with the decisions you make today. The journey won't always be easy, but it will always be worth it. Every challenge you overcome, every goal you achieve, and every step you take brings you closer to the life you deserve. And as you continue to move forward, you'll find that the past loses its hold on you. Those who doubted you, who underestimated you, or who walked away will become a distant memory, overshadowed by the incredible person you've become. So let me leave you with this thought. The only way to truly honor your growth is to keep moving forward. Don't let the past dictate your future. Take control of your story and write a chapter that's filled with resilience, purpose, and joy. As we wrap up this journey through the 10 rules, take a moment to reflect on where you are right now. Each rule we've discussed is a building block, a step toward creating the life you deserve. But here's the truth. The power to make them regret losing you doesn't lie in revenge or validation. It lies in the person you choose to become. You've learned how to focus on your growth, build unshakable confidence, and embrace your independence. You've explored the importance of physical and mental health, setting boundaries, and radiating positivity and charisma. You've discovered the value of surrounding yourself with supportive people, seeking fulfillment instead of revenge, celebrating your achievements, and most importantly, continuing to move forward. Each of these steps is a reflection of your inner strength and resilience. Together, they create a roadmap for turning loss into transformation and challenges into opportunities. This isn't just about making someone else regret losing you. It's about proving to yourself that you are capable of so much more than you once believed. Let me ask you this. Who will you be a year from now if you follow these rules? How will your life look when you take control, focus on your growth, and embrace the power within you? That version of you is waiting, and every decision you make today brings you closer to them. And as you step into this new chapter, remember that this journey is yours alone. It's not about competing with anyone else or seeking approval from those who doubted you. It's about living a life so full, so authentic, that their opinions become irrelevant. That's true freedom, and it's what you deserve. If this video has inspired you, take a moment to reflect on what resonated most with you. Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content on personal growth, empowerment, and mastering stoicism and stoic relationships. By subscribing, you're not just supporting this channel, you're committing to your own journey of transformation. Thank you for being here, for investing in yourself, and for taking the steps toward a brighter future. You are stronger than you realize, and your best days are ahead of you. Keep striving, keep growing, and keep moving forward. Here's to your journey and the incredible person you're becoming. I'm rooting for you, and I can't wait to see where this path takes you. Stay strong, stay focused, and as always, take care.